So what is the men's shed?
Although it's called a men's shed, it's probably best described as a community workshop, really, where guys get together, meet, talk about rubbish in some cases, but talk about really, important things and actually do stuff for the community. So we'll do a number of different projects in the course of a year, some stuff for schools, some stuff for individuals. People can come and do as little or as much as they want. If people come and they have a particular project, they can do the project. If they want to come and be involved in the community work that the shed does, then they can come and do that as well. So there's no pressure on people. They can come as frequently or as infrequently as they want. And that kind of works really well for them and for the shed.
What services do you provide?
It depends on the individual. So if people want to do community work, then we'll supply community work. We work very closely with the PPG Industries, who are our landlord, and they'll come along to us once a year and say, we've got a colourful communities project, it's going on in a school, would you like us to give you an idea of what's going to happen? Come along and talk to the head at the school, see if they want some things done at the school, what can you do? And be part of that overall community project that they're doing. And that can be anything from making a bench to a water table to a mud kitchen. Occasionally bird boxes, and the youngsters will be involved in the school in making and putting together the bird boxes. And then individuals will come along. They might have a project to build themselves a bird table, or we've got some good guys down there who can build proper tables. I'm not quite like that, but it depends on what those individuals want. So that broad range of stuff from community projects to individual projects.
So is there an age range for your services?
We limit the younger age range to 18, mainly because of insurance reasons and because the shed's pretty well equipped with some proper woodworking tools. We have worked with younger people than that, but then that comes under a slightly different arrangement that we've got, so we can work with youngsters either in a school where they will be putting together something that we've done as a flat pack, which means that they can actually use some tools if we've done the risk assessments on them. But in those cases, the school will supervise the children and the shed supervises the work. And the upper age limit is dependent upon people's abilities. So we have people come to the shed who may have early stages of dementia. We'll do a risk assessment on what they can do, how that works for them. Is there a benefit to them coming to the shed? And if there is, then we'll try and work around that.
So what benefits have you seen from your services?
Older men are not good at socialising very often, and the sort of banter that goes on a shed allows them to sort of free up. They talk about things that they might not talk about anywhere else, and that can actually be quite an eye-opener, and for them might be the way to go and visit their doctor because they're worried about something. You can occasionally get older guys that lost their partners come as a way of socialising and trying to get back into life, having lost someone and needing to grieve. And we will make allowances for that, because at the age we are, for the most of us, then we've got people who've had that personal hands-on experience. I had a phone call from someone who was a mental health nurse who said I've got a guy who's had a problem, wants to try and get back into doing things. Could he come to the shed? And we said yes. And he turned up with this nurse and struggled to start with to find out what to do. Decided that he'd make the coffee. So out into the shed, what does everybody want? Tea, coffee, 1 sugar, all those sorts of things. Well, sheds survive on gallons of tea and coffee. Wednesday lunchtime he turned up, great big beam across his face, and said, I've just been and seen my mental health doctor, who said my mental health has improved more in the last 6 weeks than it's improved in absolutely ages, and I put it down to come to the shed. That sort of thing that goes on in the background, and people feel comfortable that they can join in with that. And I think that's perhaps one really good example of what a shed can do. Might not work for anyone else, but it worked for this particular individual, and I think that's worth doing it, even if that's the only person we help.
So how can people get in contact with you or find out more information?
We have a website. I have my own mobile number on there, so 07894 548 706. Ask for Barry. And we'll make arrangements for people to come down. If someone wants to come down and see what the shed's like, they can just pop in, make an appointment if it isn't convenient for them to be there, or give me a call or look on the website and we'll follow that up. We won't turn anyone away.